Hey folks, BoDean 52, hope you are well. That's Mrs. BoDean and my beautiful Harley, our chocolate lab. And the reason that I wanted to talk to you all today is if you are considering making a change to a motorcycle, switching one out, or maybe even switching two out, I gotta tell you what, it is exciting and a little bit scary. Today's ride, I'm gonna talk to you about both of those, why you should, why you shouldn't, and let you know what I'm up to.
So I have always been one of those guys that always liked the new technology. I never had a vehicle really more than 3 years. If there was a new phone that came out, I would get it. It was just one of those guys. And not right, not wrong, but that's what it was until I get just a little bit older. And now a couple big things have happened to me. One is I have a 2019 truck that I actually changed tires on. And this motorcycle, my 2021 Road Glide Limited, that I actually changed tires on. Usually that's the sign I need to get rid of them. So this is a little bit different for me, having a couple vehicles for a while and not spending that money and actually liking them. So whether that's just maturity or getting close to retirement and don't want to spend the money or like what I got, I don't know what it is. But hi folks, hope you are doing well. Those that are new to the channel, we had a lot of folks join over the winter. Welcome. Those that are back, welcome back. I am BoDean 52. I am on my 2021 Road Glide Limited. Her name is Duchess. I also have a 2000 Road King Classic, and I also have an adventure bike, a KLR 650. So the topic today is really about staying true to not replacing things again. I finally made the decision I'm going to keep my truck, and now I've been pretty true about my motorcycles, and my Road King Classic 2000 I'll never sell. And this bike, 2021, I really have felt the same way. And every year, last couple of years, I have had no interest in switching out. And honestly, I didn't see a big enough difference in the motorcycles. Plus, I've spent a ton of money on getting this bike just how I like it. So two things have recently happened to me. And if you happen to ride a Harley Davidson or whatever model you ride, a lot of the newer bikes are out since it's now March 2024. And I have a dealership, not my favorite one, it's by my office, that I decided to stop over and was checking out the 2024s because they're all over the place, right? The Street Glide and the Road Glide. And I'm like, I think I'll go over and just look. I got a little time, and people in my office were driving me freaking crazy, so I'm like, okay, let's go look at motorcycles. So I did that, and boy, I'll tell you what, the 2024 Road Glides look flipping amazing. Matter of fact, I'll run through a couple pictures of what I saw that day, and I'm like, man, that is pretty sweet. I would love to have one of those, but I'm not going to do that. It's a little bit crazy, and of course, you know how that goes. The guy's like, you want to go for a ride? I'm like, no. I'm on my lunch hour. I don't have my gear. And so I finally start thinking the next couple days. And usually my wife kind of jokes with me if I mention something, she's like, so when's it coming? Because she says that's what always happens. But I'm maturing. So I'm trying to figure out, I'm not going to get it. And then I started thinking about it. And this bike is a limited, which means it has a tour pack on it. The 2024 Road Glides do not. They're just Road Glides. Now they have a Road Glide Limited, but they don't have all the cool stuff I like on the 2024 glides themselves. So I wouldn't switch it out for the same bike. But I am thinking, man, I wonder if I should consider that. Now, I ride with my beautiful bride, Mrs. BoDean, you saw her at the beginning with my beautiful pooch Harley. And I would say she really only rides with me a couple times a year. Various reasons why, whether she's out of town or I'm just running around, or we haven't taken a long trip, I guess, in a year or two together. So occasionally we will go out on the bike. Many of you that have been on the channel for a while realize, and I realize, that you like her a whole lot more than me. So that's one of the issues that I'm going to talk about. But I asked her the other day, I said, hey, do you plan on still riding a lot with me? And she goes, well, I'm going to define a lot. I still want to ride, and why? And I'm like, I was just, she goes, are you looking at a new bike? I'm like, no, I was looking at them, but, they're not like the one we have that has that nice big seat for you in the back with the tour pack and stuff. She's like, okay. And I'm like, but the newer ones, one, they have some upgrades to them. We can put a little seat on the back to have you ride, since we haven't been any big touring. And even though I can still handle this bike well, as I'm getting older, that bike's a good 100 pounds less than this one. So she says, oh, okay, that's cool. She's like, I still want to ride. I don't want to give up my seat. And I'm like, damn, that's a problem, right? So that's problem number one. And I want to talk to you guys about, what you look at, because I've posted a couple pictures and talked to a couple folks, so people know that I'm kind of poking the bear a little bit, looking around, and, there's those people that go, why would you get rid of your bike? You've done everything to it. There's other people that say, buy it. You can't take the money with you. I mean, it's about 50-50, I got to tell you what. Obviously, those people don't control my checking account or savings account, but, they have good intentions. So I am, for me, having 3 bikes, there are times that I just go, this is a little crazy. It's nice to have a touring bike, and then, of course, my Road King. It's nice to have an adventure bike. 3 bikes, is that a little too much? Do I really need that? And I'm thinking, no, so I am like all over the place going, okay. Now, I happen to own this bike, and I have a small little note on the KLR. I think I owe like $5,000 on something like that. And I'm kind of reach out to my favorite dealership. And I just had a text back and forth with the owner that I know, and just said, hey, I'm considering a new Road Glide. I'm like, I'm just trying to make sure that, one, would you take a KLR for a trade-in? She's like, absolutely. And she goes, would you take, I said, you would obviously take my Road Glide, right? I said, can we get it close to kind of Blue Book? And she's like, yeah, I think so. I'm like, okay. So in my mind, the Blue Book on this is 26.6 for a trade-in. And I'm like, okay, 26.6. The new bike out the door is probably 32. If I get an even swap on my KLR, that's about $6,000, and I get a new bike, and I trade in 2 bikes. Now, still doesn't solve the Mrs. BoDean problem, and my potential regret of getting rid of the KLR. I purposely have not rode the KLR yet this year for this exact reason, because as soon as I ride it, I'll go, I ain't turning this in. So the more and more I think about it, the more and more I go back and forth. First of all, I was like, oh, the new bike would be great. And you know what? I could get a tour pack on that, and I'll just, take it on and off when she rides it. That serves both purposes. Well, there's another couple $1,000. And then I'm like, well, it has a 117 in it. It's got upgraded suspension. I won't have to do much to it. Who am I kidding? I'll spend a bunch of money on it. I'll spend a couple $1,000 easy. And that doesn't make any sense. But, man, I am just having a hard time getting over that new bike. And I don't know what you all do. And your opinions and feedback is great. Obviously going to make my own decisions. But what drives you to get a new motorcycle. Adam Sandoval has that famous quote that says, just buy the damn bike. Well, hopefully Adam, I know he has a great intent. Hopefully he hasn't caused anybody to go bankrupt from buying something that they shouldn't have. So, and I guess as you get a little later in life, you get a little more focused around the dollars in the future. Then when you're younger, you're like, screw it, I'll keep making money, I'll be good. But I know it's, hey, how much do I like my bike? Does it do what I want? Do I really need another bike? Should I just go ahead and get it because it's awesome and I can? And, there's part of me that says I could trade in 2 bikes, only have $6,000 left, and have a brand new bike and only have 2 bikes, cut insurance, cut maintenance. I don't know. It's telling you what, I'm like an old lady in a nursing home. I just don't know what the hell to do with myself. But would love your feedback. What have you used to go ahead and make the decision if you were going to get a new bike or not? And did you talk yourself out of it? And if you were a betting person, am I getting a new bike or not? You're going to find out soon. Be safe out there, folks. Check in a friend. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.